We do need some infrastructure investment.
I remember this one time, this guy came up to me and he was like, I'm looking for Negril Town. Where is Negril Town? And he was in Negril Town.
It is shameful, I'm not gonna lie. It is very shameful. There are plans in place for it to be fixed, so to speak. When that's gonna happen, I don't know. It's a diamond in the rough. Like down there could be so nice. Honestly, I've said this before on my podcast, Negril's a dirty town. Hey Throp fam, welcome back to another video podcast episode. Here on my channel, we have meaningful conversations with guests from all over the world, all about Jamaica. Today we have a special guest, and as you can see, we are on location, and we are here at Patsy's Coffee Shop with one of the co-owners, Terry Edwards, and I'd just like to take the opportunity to welcome Terry to the podcast, and thank you for doing this.
Hey Throp, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So Terry is a young entrepreneur who started this business a few years ago, and it's a very quaint and I think a special gem in Negril. And I was gonna say it's one of those businesses that not many people know about, but it actually is a pretty popular business here, and I thought it was very appropriate to have him on here on the channel so you can get to know him a little bit more as well as his business. So with that being said, Terry, if you can just give us a brief introduction of yourself, that'd be awesome.
Sure. Name is Terry Elton Edwards. I'm from Orange Hill. I grew up in Orange Hill. Just a little town, maybe 50 minutes away from Negril, up in the hills. 32 years old. Me and my partner, we founded this business about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
5 years ago. It's been good to us ever since, and I'm just a Negrilian actually.
Okay, awesome.
Making life happen, Yeah.
So you started this business pretty young. You're still pretty young. You're 32. You started this business about when you were 27.
Yes.
And what gave you the idea or inspiration to do this?
To be honest with you, I was a former restaurant manager at the West End Inn,
Mm-hmm.
around West End, and my partner and I that owned this coffee shop. We were thinking of, he was my partner then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but we came together and we were thinking of what could we, bring to Negril that's not already here. That's something that's different. We've been brainstorming a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas, and we actually, look into the tourist area because it's a tourist destination. So we wanted to do something in the tourist industry. So, we kind of pick out coffee out of all the other options that was there, and it works, and that's where we really get the idea from opening a coffee shop.
I see.
Trying to add something to Negril that's not already here, So yeah.
So basically, you saw a gap in the market, and you decided to fulfill that gap.
Yeah.
And it seemed like you did a good job of that. As I was saying before, it's a pretty popular place. Even me here filming today, you can see a lot of people, a lot of traffic in and out. How did you choose this specific location?
Well, to be honest with you, the location wasn't me. To be honest, it was my partner. He was the one who actually saw it on his way to West End, and he came to me about it, and we drove back and checked it out. And I said to him, it's the right spot. It's right on the ocean front. It's like something could really turn into something special. And we sat right here on the back deck before we even owned the place, just looking out on the ocean and the sunset, just thinking of ideas of what we could do, And I still have photos of that. Like his wife took a picture of us. Yeah, so we still have that photo.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was just it was the spot for us. Like we actually felt, something, about this place, and we really wanted it to. Basically, all what you're seeing now is just a dream come true,
I see.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's one of the greatest assets. Of course, like the product itself in terms of the coffee, the desserts, the food that you have here. Yes, they're all amazing. Yeah. But, I mean, this view is crazy. I mean, just absolutely beautiful.
You can rest them.
Awesome. Yeah. And we got here, perfect timing. These are your
These are our
specials.
Yes, our coffee special.
Much.
They're called the Bumblebee. So these are one of our best sellers also. It's chocolate, latte, espresso. It's like a mocha with the cocoa presented on top of it. It's a pretty unique drink that a lot of persons love the presentation, the taste, everything. So we choose this one because it says Patsy's with the the image, the look, everything is just about Patsy's, So it
No, I love it. I'm gonna try and have some now.
sure.
It's good.
Yeah, man, love
It's
it.
it's actually my first time having this. I usually eat black
Yeah.
coffee. That's it. But this is good. This
okay,
is good.
okay. So some customers rather to add a little bit of sugar or whatever,
Mhm.
cream, but for me having it as natural as it is fine. It's fine.
No, this is really nice.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the drink again?
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Where'd you get the name from?
This is something that we came up with because it's a mixture of different things in it, so we can like it's rolling, so.
I see. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, man.
And you had mentioned the name Patsy's. Where did you get that name from?
Yes. All right. The name Patsy is my partner's mom.
Okay.
Her name was Patricia. Sadly, she passed away.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So what happened was, when we got the place and we were getting it together, we were looking for a name for the business, and we went through numerous names, and none of them really were sticking until I think one day he called me. He said, "Brother, my mom passed away," and I
Wow.
felt so bad. And he said to me, if we could name the business, Patsy's, in honor of her, to keep her name alive.
Right.
And I said, of course, that's what we're gonna do. So basically, that's why, or that's how we came up with the name Patsy's. To be honest with you, the business, it's his mom's, name. So it's just a legacy of.
Oh, that's lovely.
Keeping-
And like you said, her name is going to live on forever now.
That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And even when you were describing the coffee, the drink, the Bumblebee,
Yes.
I hear the passion in your voice about
Yeah.
not only the drink but coffee.
Yes.
Like why coffee? As
Well-
in terms of implementing it in the business.
It was an opportunity also to push another Jamaican brand product out there to the world also.
Mm-hmm.
And we choose coffee because it's just selling our own product, our Jamaican product.
So this is Jamaican coffee.
Yes, Blue Mountain Coffee.
Jamaican Blue
we
Mountain
only,
Coffee.
We only serve Blue Mountain Coffee here.
Only Blue Mountain Coffee.
Only, and
not High Mountain Coffee.
No.
And there is a difference.
There
with
is
High
a
Mountain. There is a
difference.
difference.
There is a difference in quality, and the reason why why it's a difference too is a lot of persons don't even know this. The Blue Mountains is 7,400 feet, and this particular area where the coffee is at its best, the temperature is concerned, it's between 3,000 and 3,500 feet
Oh wow.
in the Blue Mountains, and that's where we get our coffee from. That's a premium.
Okay.
That-
And I guess that climate and that environment, that temperature, that's what makes it so special.
Exactly.
I see.
So that's the area where we order our coffee from. We have a local coffee farmer in the Blue Mountains. The name is Prince.
Okay.
Yes, he's a Rasta man.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so he's the one who actually do our roasting or packaging
Okay.
and send down to us here at Patsy's.
And
So-
how did you and Prince get into business together?
Yeah, we were searching for a coffee farmer
Mm-hmm.
in the Blue Mountain because we knew that's where we really want to get our coffee from, a local coffee farmer. So we searched for coffee farmers online, and he popped up, and he sent us some samples to begin with, and we tried different coffee farmers, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And his product was one that really stand out. So after we tried it and everything, we asked him to come down to work out business deal with him, and he agreed to the proposal and everything, and that's where we go from there. And what I love about his coffee, because most coffee companies, because there are 4 different grades of coffee. You have the light roast, you
Mhm.
have the medium roast, the medium dark roast, and you have the dark roast. So all different levels of the coffee give you different texture, different look, different taste. Right. So we only do the dark roast. The dark roast is the to me is the best one, basically because it roasted longer.
I see.
So it gives you a more stronger taste.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
it's a better espresso.
Okay.
Right. So you don't even need to use much of it to do a good coffee. Right. And but most of the other coffee companies, they just do medium. Well, the dark roast is more expensive, to be honest with you, and that's why it's a better quality.
I see.
Right. So he's the one that I only get dark roast from him that we serve here.
I see.
And
I see.
yeah, basically.
And so I know you obviously you have premium coffee, you have amazing coffee, but also you are known for your desserts as well.
Yes, we are known for desserts. We do a wide range of different cakes. So we do coconut, cheesecake, we do vanilla, rainbow, chocolate. Our chocolate cake is super different too because we use the chocolate ganache to melt it over the chocolate cake, so it gives you that amazing finish. Yes, and we have different varieties of cakes and a lot of stuff. Honestly, it's amazing, man, what we do here.
And then also your ice cream, and you also make the cones here, the waffle cones here for your ice cream.
We actually make our own cones. Each evening, we handmade every single cone that we served
Oh, wow, amazing.
in the shop each evening. And it's amazing because a lot of person appreciate the freshness, and the authenticity of the product, and that's one of our biggest sellers too, the cones. Persons love them.
Yeah, I saw that. Like everybody's coming in and getting their ice cream and getting their cones and everything like that.
Yeah.
No, it looks awesome. And aside from the desserts and the ice cream, you also have a food menu as well.
We do breakfast. We
Okay.
actually, yes, we do omelets, eggs, any style you like it, over easy, over medium, with the French toast, pancakes, waffles, and our famous Jamaican breakfast. That's the one that I would recommend to everyone because
And from what time to what time? Sorry to cut you off.
we
is your
open
breakfast?
at 9 a.m.
Okay.
And the beauty about our business is if you come 6, 7 p.m., you get breakfast if you like.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Now I know. I love having breakfast for dinner.
Right,
So
yeah.
I'm about that.
That's one thing that we try to be different.
I love that.
In our service, because even our menu, most of what we do for food in the evening, even for lunch, we do wraps, we do sandwiches, stuff like that. Like persons, everywhere you go in Negril, it's always rice and peas. There's always mashed potato. It's always French fries. So we do wedges. So it's always the same food everywhere. So we try to do something different here. When you come looking at a menu, trying to order something, it's like, oh, that's different. So it kind of helps sell us too, as being a different menu out there. And we are actually have some other stuff in the making that's coming pretty soon. So you can scoop in on that.
Okay, awesome.
Next season.
I look forward to hearing more about that when that does happen.
Definitely.
And another thing that I like about this space, and I see it's a very work-friendly environment in terms of if you're, in my opinion, if you're like a work from home or a digital nomad kind of person, this is a good place for you to come. I see you have plugs strategically placed, the
Yes.
USB ports. I can
Yes.
tell you, as a creator,
Appreciate
I
that.
appreciate that to the max. So I
Thank
think
you.
that's amazing that you're thinking
man.
ahead.
Thank
Do you
you.
get a lot of clients who come
We
here?
do have persons come in just to work on your laptop.
Mhm.
It's quiet, it's chill, it's super good Wi-Fi. So you have persons come in to just chill, do work, and have a coffee and all that kind of stuff. We also have books in the lounge
Mhm.
that if a person would just come have a coffee, read a book, and just look out, that's here too also. And the book concept is pretty awesome because if you came and you love to read and stuff like that, and you already have books that you already read, you can come and trade.
Okay.
Yeah, you just can leave your books, take some of ours or whatever. But yeah. So the concept is pretty awesome. It's pretty different here also, where the books are concerned too. So yeah, it has some unique things about this
Wow,
place.
I like it.
Yeah.
And how big is your team here?
Right now, it's 5 of us currently, because it's not so busy as yet. So
Right.
it's just currently 5 of us working here right now. But when I think as the months go on, it gets busier. I remember when it was 7, 8 persons working, the shift.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, 'cause we have to do
okay.
a double shift. So we open from 7:30 a.m.
Mhm.
and at 2 p.m. another shift comes on. So yeah, due to COVID and stuff like that,
Right.
we're just keeping it low to 5 star right now, but otherwise it's a lot more.
No, I totally get that. And obviously, you know, a lot of businesses shut down here in Negril, and they are still shut down. So it's just good to see and know that you guys have hopefully made it through the worst part of it, right?
I think we have so far that we're looking at. I think one of the reasons too that we're still here is the being a business that's on the local side and also on the tourism side. Right. So even though in the slow period there wasn't any tourists, we still have our ice cream and cakes and stuff going for us, milkshake and stuff like that still going for us. That keeps some revenue coming in, that keep us going. A lot of places, because I found with this place is we have desserts, we do food, we do coffee. It's like there's so many big things in one.
Right.
You know, like most places find a restaurant, but they only have 2 options for dessert.
I see.
You know, or if you find a coffee shop, it's just a coffee shop. You know, or if you find an ice cream, it's just ice cream. But we are so many business in one, like, you know, that there's always something you can get. You know, so that can help us, you know, keep in business too. And I really appreciate, you know, the uniqueness about the business, you know. So I think that's one of the things that keep us going during the rough times. You know?
I see. No, that's good to hear, man, and I get to know that you got through probably one of the most challenging times of any business owner or entrepreneur out there, and you know, it really is a blessing, and to see you being successful. And I know it's early days in terms of where we are with the pandemic, but do you have any future plans for expansion or anything of that nature?
Yes, we do. We're trying to move more on the dinner side.
I like that.
Also.
Nice.
But we are going to do more of a jerk kind of, because I realize in Negril now is like there is not much jerk areas. We could jerk stuff like jerk fish, you know, jerk lobster, stuff like that. Like there's nowhere in Negril really you can just go and have something like that. There was 3 dives, but you know, we don't know what's going on. Like it like the pandemic really messed a lot of business up.
Right.
You know, so we are planning to capitalize on that area. So we really want to do an expansion next season where we're gonna do our same breakfast menu, same lunch menu, but we're trying to do a mixture of Jamaican food or Jamaican spices with like different. We haven't choose which country we really want to fuse the Jamaican spicy with their kind of meal, with also as yet I should say. So that's coming, but we're planning to do a bit of expansion with this business to make it, you know, more than what it already is. So we're moving on to the dinner side. It's very, very soon.
Excellent. No, I wish you the best of luck in that venture.
Yeah, man.
I think it will do well, you know, especially in combination with the products that you already have to offer. And of course, again, like, it's hard to beat this, you know. I don't know many coffee shops that have this kind of view and setup, and I think it's just absolutely beautiful. And even me here looking, basically the entire Negril, can you tell us what we're looking at?
Oh, let me
I know it's an awkward position, but do your best.
All right, so basically we're looking at up the mountain behind the 7 Mile Beach there. We're looking at Sheffield, all of Springfield, Keto, going back to Moreland Hill, back to your right. That's where Jamaica Giants is also located.
Okay. I haven't been up there yet.
Yeah. And a lot of spring, basically, you know, is there also. That runs down through the valleys.
Okay.
You know, so it's a pretty lush area where you know, nature is concerned. Yeah.
I love it, man. This is you lucked out with this view, man.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah. Very hard to beat. Awesome. But thank you for the geography lesson. I was just wondering.
Okay, no problem, man.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. What I also want you to do is, if you can just give us the contact information for Patsy's, and share with the audience so they can check you out online, and also make sure when they come here to Negril that they come and check you out as well?
Definitely. All right. So we are on Instagram. We are on Facebook at Patsy's Coffeeshop. And at the website is www.patsyscoffeeshop.com for the website also. But all our other media platforms is Patsy's Coffeeshop. No space, all lowercase. You can't miss it. And the number is 841-3388. That's our contact number. You can reach us on that also.
Okay.
And also on Google. Sorry. You can just Google Patsy's Coffeeshop.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and so where I know we're on the West End. Where would you say? What's the best way to describe where you are exactly?
One of our landmarks is the dispensary right next door. That's Doc's place, and you could say we're in between Doc's place and the Swordfish, on the right hand side on the cliff.
On the beach cliff side, yeah.
Once you're in between those two areas, you can't miss us.
Okay.
They're neighbors.
Gotcha. And as you mentioned, dispensary. You also serve infused ice cream.
We do serve an infused ice cream here, which is one of our biggest sellers too.
Really?
Yes, it's hard not to not have it. Like a lot of customers come here for it. A lot of tour bus, coming from Ricks, they would stop by and pick some up as they go along, and the comments are something to read.
Positive reviews.
Yeah, man, they're awesome.
Very high marks. Got it.
Yeah.
So this is ganja infused. Just want to be clear, everybody knows that.
It is.
So could you give us I don't know what the measurements is, but the potency of it?
Well, we normally range it between 50 to 75 milligrams. Would be in 3 ounces containers, so it's pretty strong. So if you know your tolerance level, then you know how much you could intake, and you should be fine. But most persons take it to sleep, or if you go and know how what happened. We have sativa and we have indica strains. That the sativa makes you more hyper, and the indica makes you more sleepy.
Okay. So
if you want to get a good rest, you can go with indica. If you want to go party, then go to sativa.
I see.
So
like if somebody comes in and they're looking for a specific feeling, you can make recommendations for them.
Right.
Gotcha.
So it helps with a lot of stuff, man. Like even if you want to get a good rest, you can also have that too for that. It works.
Okay. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Where do you see Negril going in like the next 5 years?
Well, what I've seen so far, I've seen some changes happening, because even the hospital on the beach road is it's something that we didn't have, like what 5 years ago. Yeah, so I see, and when tourists see these things put in place, they feel more comfortable, more safer being in Negril. So a lot, and even investors, they look at these things too, and they these are things that would push them to invest more in Negril. So honestly, I see great things happening in 5 years time, because if we have these kind of changes happening in Negril, like you have more persons coming out and say, I want to do something, and even though COVID came and are still here, and it's still happening, a lot of other business opening up as we go along. Honestly, like a lot of persons still making moves,
I see that too.
Yeah, honestly, surprising, but it's just some persons are falling off, some is still growing, and it's just the fittest of the fittest gonna survive, and that's what it really is, basically.
What would you say is like your biggest fear or challenge maybe as a business owner?
That's a very good question. Not having tourism.
Not having tourism. Yeah.
Honestly, because I think that's our bread and butter, honestly, because it's not like we have agriculture.
Right.
And most businesses, even like myself, we survive off tourism, because even though we are still supported by locals, getting tourists is a plus.
Gotcha.
So we need that plus. Without it, it's like you're just pulling through. You're not really making it as you really want to, but yeah, like not having tourism is it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of went through that,
Yeah,
right? Like no
exactly.
tourists, and
And-
it wasn't nice.
Yeah, exactly. So
It wasn't nice at all.
yeah, so that's
Well,
one of the
What would you like to see in Negril, like in terms of either business or services?
Well, to be honest, one of the things that I really wanted to see is happening on the beach, which is the hospital
Mhm.
is putting in place there. And I think if we as local businesses can come together and push our market ourselves through a group, I think we would have more effect on people out there, because I realize every business is just doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to persons like you and Misty, you guys putting us together. Showing us that it's not just about one business.
Right.
We all are one. Trying to make it. So I think the unity basically in local businesses is one thing that we really need. And to push ourselves. To grow.
No, I agree with that. And I will say, I've been here like 15 years now.
Yeah.
And I could tell you the sentiment and the feeling
Yeah.
from when I first moved here in terms of cohesiveness
Right.
to what it is now. It's like a lot better.
Okay.
Man, because I remember there was like such contention amongst hoteliers, and then there was this whole West End beach rivalry. It was like Bloods and Crips, man. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
we're all in this together. Like
Right.
anything happens, it's gonna affect all of us, right?
Exactly.
And so for whatever reason, I think as a community we have evolved, and there's certain things
Of
that
course,
happened
of course.
that brought us together.
Of course.
And I do like the cohesiveness, or the direction of the cohesiveness that we're heading
Right.
into now. And
Yeah.
of course, to your point, I would like to
Yeah.
see more of that.
Yes, man,
for
definitely.
sure.
I
for
think
sure.
one of the steps that we're gonna make right now in incorporating other businesses is we plan to do a customer card that we put your hotel name on it, and with you say like whatever your hotel name is, it's gonna be on the card, and you gonna put like a discount card.
Mhm.
And what you do, you give it to your customers, your guests. So when they come here, they get like 5% off whatever they purchase. So it helps your customer to save money, staying with you, and supporting us also as a business. So that's one of the things that we plan to do also. For the customers, for you, for me, like it kind of brings everybody together. That's one move that we plan to make to bring everybody together.
Okay.
So
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
so
that.
I'm gonna reach out to other, small local businesses, and just come together with them. I spoke with this gentleman this morning about it too. I'm not sure if you've seen this place across from Rick's, a hotel there called Backyard.
I'm sure I can't. It doesn't come to mind, but I'm sure I've seen it before. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the left hand side, just across from Rick's.
Okay.
On the left hand side. So we spoke this morning because he always come here, send their guests here too, and we going to do something. I planned to. I didn't really put it out there as yet, but these are the the little steps that we plan to do to bring other businesses in unity, with everyone that's around.
Oh, I like that initiative, and I think we
Yeah.
need more of that. I think the more we support each other,
That's the goal.
even through patronage or through sending clients, guests to each other's
Right.
business, like the better we do as a whole. And
Exactly.
rising tide raises all ships, right? And so
Exactly.
the more we can pump into that tide,
Yeah.
then I think the better off we all are.
Of course, yes, man. And I always encourage other businesses to come in, leave your flyer here, leave your card here. If you have rooms, we don't have rooms here, but we have customers.
Right.
We could always give your cards to different customers who are looking for somewhere to stay. So we help to push other business too in that aspect also.
And I see on the panel that you have in the front, you have
Yes.
like all those stickers there.
A lot of stickers, guys. Customers, when they come in, 'cause to be honest with you, when I started out that area, it wasn't even about that. It was just me putting a Patsy sign there
Right.
to say it's Patsy's, you know. But customer came in and they have their high school sticker and their other business sticker, like you see Negril Nyamins on there, you see it's a jaw sticker, and some other local business too. Uncensored is there also.
Okay.
So when they came in, I'm like, oh, I could put my sticker here to show, and a lot of persons know we get a lot of customers, so they say it's a good marketing board.
Good. I like it. I
for
like
them
it.
too. So everyone just come and know it's full.
That support is important.
Yeah, man.
Even as small as that is also
Yeah.
very powerful.
It is, because honestly, I remember one time I'm here and I heard a youth screaming at the front. So I went and like, what's going on? And there's a high school girl from Minnesota, saw her college sticker, someone from her college.
Put it on there.
Yeah, and she was like, wow, you know. So
There you
like,
go.
yeah, so
Powerful
these things,
stuff.
exactly. So it's amazing, man.
Good stuff.
It's
good
amazing.
stuff.
It's amazing. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But Negril is, I think, you know, like, I don't know. Negril needs. I'm not sure if I should even. Wait, the jet ski. I think that was a big hit for Negril. You know, not having jet skis anymore.
I'm on the opposite side of that.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah. I personally think it's one of the best things that happened in Negril in terms of it not being here.
Yeah.
You know, in my experience of being a hotelier on the beach,
Okay.
they were
Hostile to the.
hostile is a good way to describe it.
I believe that.
Yeah,
part.
you
I
know,
believe
and
that part.
somebody had to lose their life in order for us to
To
control
really,
this
yeah,
nuisance.
yeah.
And it wasn't, and there are many places in the world that have jet skis and they're relatively safe.
control.
I love jet skis. I
Yeah.
love hopping on them. I'm an extreme sports fan, adrenaline junkie, whatever you want to call me.
Yeah.
But there was just simply no regulation whatsoever. And it was something that the chamber had complained about
Okay.
and brought to the attention of the authorities for many years. Same thing with the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, and it just went on deaf ears. And I'm sorry that there are legitimate jet ski owners and business owners who
Lost a lot,
follow the
yeah.
rules
Yeah.
and who lost their license and lost their business
Yeah.
because of just these bad apples. And
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
somebody lost their life off of something that we knew was a problem, right?
Right.
And so now, I mean, I don't hear anybody complaining, like as far as like the guests and tourists
Not
who come
having
here,
it
they're
around.
not having it.
Okay.
The beach is much quieter. I mean, the first thing that you hear in the morning is these things zipping up and down, and they were a nuisance in that sense,
Yeah.
but it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be,
That's
you know, and it's just one of those things, and I think there are other aspects of the environment that fall along that line
Yeah.
that, you know, we have the opportunity to nip in the bud, so to speak, and not allow it to turn into something tragic. And
Yeah.
it doesn't take a psychic to see these things happen before they happen, right?
True.
And so
True.
it's, you know, to me, it's just one of those things that I think we should stay on top of, and, you know, maybe one day they'll come back and they do put safety measures in place and they'll
Yeah.
regulate it, but hopefully we have the capacity to enforce
Or
those
properly,
rules.
Yeah, properly controlled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my take on it. But yeah, I'm on the,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm on the opposite end. But that's cool if you feel that way. That's
No,
all good.
bro.
All good.
Well, the reason why I really felt bad about it was because I know a lot of persons who invest and they lost, like, you know, basically everything. You know, like I remember this one guy that he shipped in some, like, about 5 or 6 of them from overseas. He moved his whole life here just before it happened. You know, and he was like, wow. You know, so but it is what it is.
No, I'm
You know?
sorry to
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. You know, and
Yeah.
I you know, I'm not one to wish anything
Yeah.
on anybody like that, anything
Yeah.
negative on anybody like that. But
Yeah.
it was just one of those things that was a problem in this town for
Yeah.
decades that just
Yeah.
went unchecked, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, a family lost a father, a
Yeah.
grandfather,
Yeah.
a husband,
Yeah.
and it could have been. I feel like it could have been avoided.
Avoided.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
in reality, the truth is the truth. You know. So yeah, nothing beats that.
I'm sorry.
In reality, the truth is the truth. no?
Right,
and
right, right.
Nothing beats that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, well, as for Negril developing, honestly, I don't know how you feel about this though.
Mhm.
One of my there's this other thing I've always seen is that I would like to see change is the roundabout.
Mm-hmm.
You need some stoplights. You need to get rid of the roundabout.
Think you put a stoplight there?
Honestly, like roundabout is so yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
To me personally, and if you put stoplights in, like if you look in all town, like even Montego Bay, you go, like all the towns you go in that actually is a town. Like roundabout is like, like.
My only thing with that is like all these dudes are gonna follow the stoplight law, like the red and green yellow. Like that's very hard for me to see.
Yeah.
Nobody stops at the stoplights that we have here. Like nobody.
Oh, on the beach road.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I wonder if they work.
They do.
Because most of the time it's someone crossing the road, basically.
Right. But even there has to be a crossing guard at a stoplight. That just goes to show you the concern that everybody has for crossing the road and people obeying the traffic laws.
And to be honest, like I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, man. Like I look at it and I'm like, the roundabout though, for me, it just seemed like like it's just ancient times, like how it is. I want like to see Negril, developed into a more modern, image. To have that, it would really, set the pace for that type of,
No, we do need some infrastructure
to make it, more like a town. Because I remember this one time, this guy came up to me and he was like, "I'm looking for Negril Town. Where is Negril Town?" And he was in Negril Town.
No, I mean it is shameful. I'm not gonna lie, it is very shameful, and like it. I mean.
And to be honest, the reason because you heard so much about Negril, and when you actually arrive, it's like, where is Negril?
There are plans in place for it to be fixed, so to speak. But man, when that's gonna happen, I don't know. But it's just it's a diamond in the rough. Like down there could be so nice. I mean, even like it. Honestly, I've said this before on my podcast. Negril's a dirty town. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is. It's like it's just not properly maintained, And we need infrastructure with the road. The potholes are crazy, but that's like everywhere in Jamaica. Even like the sidewalks that we have, the shared user path that needs to be maintained. Yeah. Like there are good ideas that I think are implemented, but they're just not. The sustainable aspect of it is not implemented.
That is it, yeah. Yeah.
Even like having street lights that work, like simple things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to get on here and just complain about the girl.
No,
we love it here. Trust me.
No, but honestly though, like small things make a big difference.
Right, exactly.
And that's what we're really basically saying.
Yeah, exactly.
And even the beach park.
Mm-hmm. Man.
A family fun day. Like.
Have you been to Harmony Park in Montego Bay?
Amazing, man.
I'm so proud of that. I didn't even go inside yet.
See?
That place is beautiful.
I'm thinking like even it's just right. Like there's no family place in Negril.
Right.
Like, like even you can use that area and turn it something like that, like a chill park.
So there was plans in place for the park and this investment by the government, but we went to these town hall consultation meetings with the Chamber of Commerce, and the ideas that they had to do it was so silly. Like it was like almost like the same thing that was there existing, particularly with the craft vendors.
Right.
They were just gonna like double down on the idea of having like all these craft vendors there. And like as we looked at it, I'm like, man, you're just kicking the can down the road, because you should be making an investment so the craft vendors who are true craft vendors, who are craftsmen and craftswomen, that they're making authentic products from Jamaica, handmade, and selling them instead of everybody selling the same thing, which is what's happening now. And it's just like, why would you increase the amount of people selling the same thing?
Doesn't make
and there were just
sense.
a lot of aspects of the plan, and we like that just didn't make sense for our town.
Right.
And we were looked at as just being hard-headed Negrilians and didn't want progress, but that's not the case. It was just, you need to better, like, instead of coming in and saying, hey, this is what we're going to give you, like, let's have these consultations and make meaningful change. But I mean, the Harmony Park, if you could just take that and put that here,
trust me, we're good.
Clear.
Yeah,
You don't even need to talk to us.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're good. Like seriously. Yeah, man. That's definitely. And I don't know how you feel about this though. Going in the craft market and looking at these items, you know, the souvenirs and stuff like that, the clothes, and you see made in China, the Jamaican color.
I mean,
I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
no. I was gonna say I have my own opinions on that too. Of course, I'd much rather see the authentic craftsmanship of Jamaican craftsmanship, and yeah, a lot of it is made in China, coming from India.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But I mean, that's what's in these gift shops, you know.
Yeah.
So, again, if we had a proper craft center that's professionally modern done, as you say, bring it into the new age and the new era, and they can sell their crafts in there. I mean, they're gonna sell it like that.
Seriously.
You know? Sell it like so easily.
Because I know good craftsmen that do their own carving, and this one particular guy, I know him pretty good. He used the cedar root, old rotten cedar root from under the ground. So he would dug that up, and that's what he would use to do his carvings. And the thing about that, the age of it doesn't change. You know, it doesn't. The color is authentic. The shade is like, and he doesn't really use the chunk of the tree. He uses the roots and from under the ground. You know, and that when you see his work, you know, besides the rest, it's like, wow, you know, it's amazing. You know,
I'd love to see more of that.
Yeah, and that's the real Jamaica. You know, that's what we need to put out there to people.
We have a guest that comes. He used to come every year.
Yeah.
And every year, I don't know the guy, but he used to go down to the craft market and get these Disney characters carved out from one block of wood.
Wow.
And he used to ship them back home to Boston every year. And this thing was like huge. It was huge. I want to say, man, this guy was spending hundreds of, I want to say thousand, you know, like over $1,000 on this thing, over $1,000 on this thing, because it was just so intricately done and just very skilled craftsmanship.
But you know what happened? That's also one thing that we need to look into. Like, you have persons coming in, appreciate our product even more than us,
Right.
and know the value of it even more than us, who are doing it physically. You know, and that's something that we need to know, or the value of our stuff.
I agree.
First, before we can move forward. You know, because if you don't know the value of your product, you don't know how far it can go. You know, and that's one thing we need to realize and recognize as, you know, Jamaicans too, that doing these kind of things. You know,
I agree. Not only with craftsmanships and product, but like just Negril, Jamaica as a whole. You know, and I think a lot of people, outsiders, foreigners, come here and they realize how much of a gem Negril is, and like you said, they appreciate it more than we do, and I don't think we really realize what we have, and hopefully it won't get to a place that we realize too late, right?
Yeah, so true.
So with that, I want to leave the convo there, Terry. I like this
No
extra
problem.
bit. This is awesome. And if you guys enjoyed today's conversation that I had with Terry here at Patsy's Coffee Shop, remember to hit that like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.